The Mountaineer isn't necessarily a mascot in the traditional sense, you know?
The Old Dominion, which is where the Shenandoah Valley is, where Virginia is, these folks in the Appalachian Mountains, they did not believe in slavery. They did not believe in the kind of dominance of a culture that would not allow people to truly be free. And that's the reason they say, you know, the Mountaineers are free. They really felt in their cultural bones that they wanted to make certain that they were part of an endeavor to really allow people to have a freedom.
Over the years, the Mountaineer has evolved into someone that just shows up at sporting events, but someone that does 450 events per year.
And I think someone that when the chips are down, you turn to a Mountaineer because you know they're going to be able to help you get through the situation.
If they're losing the game, the Mountaineer's there to encourage and to bring up the crowd to try to get them to feel better.
Other mascots, you know, do dance camps and like all this different stuff, but they don't go to grade schools and read books. They can't, you know, go sit beside a kid's hospital bed, you know, talk to them and play with whatever toys, you know, talk to their parents.
Our Mountaineer really stands for all the virtues and hardworking people of West Virginia. So we all are Mountaineers.
Michael played 4 years of high school football. He played 4 years of high school baseball. And then his senior year, he was a cheerleader.
Never, ever in a million years thought I'd be a college cheerleader. I kind of lucked into that. In high school, I was just like, hey, this could be funny. You know, I'm like tackling people on Friday night, holding girls in the air Saturday, you know, we'll see how it goes.
And I think that made a huge impact in Michael's life. I think there's always that feeling about cheerleading, it's not this, not that. And I think Michael found out it was even more difficult than what he anticipated.
My cheer coach would always have to remind me a lot of times, like, hey, I know you're kind of a football guy, but you can't be getting mad. I'm like, we ran on 3rd and 10. What do you want from me? You know, so having to stay positive all the time was new for me.
And you saw that helped pave the way for him to go to WVU. He was a cheerleader at WVU, and that allowed him to eventually become the Mountaineer.
Part of my inspiration for becoming the Mountaineer was Trevor Keese, who was the 65th Mountaineer. So I remember seeing him at a tailgate interact with some young fans, and the impact that he could have on them and the joy that he brought them. Like, this might be something that I could maybe try to do. You know, I might not have the impact of being able to stop Texas's running game, but I could have an impact that goes beyond the football field.
Michael tried out to be the 68th Mountaineer, and, you know, he did his best and did not make it past the interview session.
He did not even make the Final Four. And, you know, I said, are you okay with that? And he's like, I'm okay, I'll try again next year. So he cheered, and he finished his year as a cheerleader.
I'll never forget, he texted me and said that he was once again in the running to be the Mountaineer, and that was so exciting for all of us down here in this area. We're a small community. With the personality that Michael has, everyone wanted to see him be successful.
He came back the next year to, you know, want to be that 69th Mountaineer, and he went in and he showed his true self, and I know that he was a perfect fit for that, just being the way that he is and the personality that he has.
He, I think, explained more of why he wanted to be the Mountaineer, why he wanted to represent the university and the state, and to be that role model for children so they can have something that they could strive for and look forward to.
So to me, losing the Mountaineer when I ran meant just as much as winning it the next year, because now I can kind of be a role model to people that, like, hey, you're not always going to succeed at the first time you try something. Character growth and development's really, really important, and sometimes you need to be told no so you can figure out how to be told yes.
When Michael makes his trips back to Boone County, he turns on Mountaineer Drive, you see blue and gold everywhere. I think there's just a love affair for Boone County with WVU athletics, and when you graduate from WVU, you're proud to be a Mountaineer. And now that we have Mikel Hager as the Mountaineer, we can walk around with our chest puffed out a little bit more and be a little more prideful even of WVU than what we were earlier.
Madison's a small town. It's one of the things I like about it. People know everybody. You can go to the grocery store and run into people and they know who you are. Ask about Michael. I get that a lot now. How's Michael doing? How's the boy doing? It has been hit by some hard times and things lately.
Coal mining was a really, really big part of the community and a big part of the economy. Most of your friends' dads growing up were coal miners or truck drivers or something within the support of the coal mine.
We saw the effects of the coal industry going down and what that has impacted not just our county economically, but our school system as well. When you don't have as many students, you don't have the funding that you had previously, so you have to cut programs here, you have to cut teachers. So it's a difficult process. So Michael has seen Boone County when he was younger, when we were doing quite well economically, and now as Michael went through high school and graduated, he saw the other side of Boone County as we were struggling economically.
We do have a lot of drugs and homeless people that weren't here when I was a child. So it's different and sad that people have to live their lives like that and, you know, can't get the help they need. But it's still a hometown. It's home to me.
One of the things that makes me proud to live here, man, is just like we support each other. It might be a little bit more rare when someone goes out to do something adventurous or be in the public eye. So I think that's one of the most important things you've done, is you kind of been a trailblazer in the sense that you can still live an adventurous lifestyle and have these unique opportunities even though you're from an area like Boone. You don't have to feel limited by your hometown or your upbringing, you know. It could be a positive instead of a negative. Right. That's what made me the most proud of you, you know, with this opportunity, is especially for the kids and stuff. I think you showed them a path.
Yeah, to me, that's something that's really important. You know, that's why no matter how tired I am or whatever appearance I'm at, I always try to be on, you know, because it's like, even though I don't think I'm special, I know how much it means to just people, even like in Moorefield, West Virginia today, you know, knowing that I could have that much of a positive impact on people just by walking around and like asking how they're doing. It's pretty wild.
He just goes out to be him. He doesn't go out to portray what he's not. He goes out to show what you can do and what you can be. He doesn't feel like he should be on a pedestal or anything. He's just going out and doing the best he can with what he has.
To me, it would have been really easy to say, yeah, I didn't really want to be the Mountaineer anyway, whatever. But to me, it's like, if you're going to try out for something like this, you have to understand what it means. You have to understand that I am on every day, 24/7. I'm never not being the Mountaineer, you know? Even when I'm dressed like this and walking into Walmart, I'm still the Mountaineer. People are still going to recognize me and want to talk to me.
He wants to learn and he wants to teach and, you know, tell people about West Virginia, and he wants to hear other people's stories, and I think that's just a really great quality about him.
Michael, Boone County is proud of you. Everything that you represent, you are driven. You have set these lofty goals for yourself and you've reached those goals. You can do anything that you set your mind to.